Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss everything related to entertainment. Today, I have my lovely co-host, I Chill. Hey, boo.
What's up, Auntie, on this hump day?
Hump Day. It is Hump Day Wednesday, July 16th. I am doing fabulous. How are you?
I am doing so wonderful. I'm making some healthy meals, making some bone broth actually right now because, I got to get it.
Oh, nice. I love me some bone broth.
Me too.
And that's like one of that's just full of nutrients and one of the easiest ways to make bone broth. Okay. Oh, so Chili must didn't hear me. We can get started with the tea, honey.
No, because your mic went out um, right after you said yes, it's hump day Wednesday, and we didn't hear anything after that. But, let's get started with the tea.
Get out of here. Well, I am so
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, you're right. I didn't hear you.
Hey, damn you, Bluetooth. Don't want a bitch to be great.
Right, right. Just snatching all your little audio.
But anyway, so like, thank you. It is indeed tea time. Thank you, Chill. And our first piece of tea is going to come by way of Vibe magazine. And this is actually about Biggie's son. So remember, we actually just talked. Well, we mentioned his name a couple of days ago because we talked about his mom, Faith Evans, who is kind of in a little bit of a feud with his grandmother's estate, Biggie's mom's estate, and she took money from Biggie's catalog and reportedly gave it to pocketed some of it and then gave some of it to her kids and stuff. Well, this story here, child. Oh my lord. Biggie's small son, CJ Wallace, accused of involvement in alleged Diddy sexual assault, child. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Oh no.
So, CJ Wallace, the son of the late hip hop legend, the notorious B.I.G., has been accused of playing a role in an alleged sexual assault involving Sean Diddy Combs. According to a new lawsuit filed earlier this month, the plaintiff, identified in court documents only as John Doe, claims he was lured to a Revolt TV location in 2020 under false pretenses by Wallace and others. Transportation for the plaintiff to the Revolt TV location was allegedly arranged by Combs Corporation, the lawsuit states. Once at the site, Doe claims the situation took a disturbing turn. Upon arrival, the alleged victim says he was ambushed by a group of men, including Wallace, who forcibly took him to a private room where Diddy was waiting. According to the complaint, as several of the attackers allegedly held the plaintiff's head, Combs is said to have attempted to force the plaintiff to perform oral sex on him while threatening him and his future association and dealings with Combs Corporations. The plaintiff further alleges that after the assault, he was able to flee and return to the transportation provided. CJ Wallace, Charlie Mack, and several others were waiting and transporting him back home, the lawsuit claims. Doe also believes a photo was taken of him during the alleged assault, which he suspects was intended to blackmail and humiliate him. The suit specifically labels Wallace as a henchman in the alleged scheme who promised to help advance his career. The plaintiff is also the same individual who previously accused Diddy of tossing a semen soaked Notorious B.I.G. shirt on him and claims Combs once told him that he was going to fuck the shit out of him as a form of intimidation.
Oh, that's the guy. Okay.
This is the guy. Yep. So Diddy's legal team has pushed back strongly against the allegations. Mr. Combs' trial and acquittal on trafficking and RICO charges proves what we have been saying all along. Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, read
No,
a statement to TMZ.
no, it doesn't.
Exactly, child. The people continue to broadcast and file false accusations, no matter how heinous or uncorroborated, is unfortunate, but Mr. Combs will not back down. He will fight for as long as necessary to win his full vindication. The plaintiff is seeking damages from all named defendants, including Wallace, Combs, and others involved. As of now, Wallace has yet to publicly respond to the allegations. Looking just like his dad. Well, without the eyes. Rest in peace, Biggie. So yeah, I remember Wendy Williams said something to the effect of like, I'm paraphrasing of course, but she said like, we're hearing about all the women that he sexually assaulted, but wait until the men come out. And I think they are trying to make some noise at the moment. So but I think the problem like with that is that with them like what you see how a lot of them are intimidated. They don't want, even if they are subpoenaed, they don't want to testify in court. They don't want to put that information out there. And it just like they've seen what happened to Cassie.
Well, and then a lot of men still support
So
Diddy.
the men were going to
So
start coming out.
yeah, the support for Diddy hasn't totally gone away. So I think they feel like they would even be in danger still, even with him being locked up, for all the people that support him. Or if they work in the industry or involved in the industry in any kind of way, they would be, their income would be affected. I can see it all kinds of reasons why they wouldn't come forward.
The same here.
Not shame over what happened, but the effect it could have on them personally.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the way of the world, unfortunately.
So, well, does anybody want to add anything about this man or the John Doe or C.J. Wallace before we go to the next story?
I just say bring it on, more of it. This is not nearly over. I don't. They only touched on a few things in that trial, so yeah, bring on the lawsuits, all of that.
Let's go. Let's get his ass out of here, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of people who need to get the hell up out of here, Columbus Short.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, we kind of knew this was coming because the writings was on the wall. But Columbus Short says divorce is incoming after dueling domestic violence claims. Mm-mm. So Columbus Short and his wife Ida are hurtling towards a divorce after they separately filed legal docs accusing the other of domestic violence. TMZ has learned. Sources familiar with the situation tells us Columbus is telling people close to him that he's going to be filing for divorce because he feels there's no going back after the latest batch of alarming allegations. We broke the stories. Columbus secured a temporary restraining order against Ida last week after claiming she kicked and threw a 10-week-old puppy before busting his eye open and drawing blood, leading to her arrest. Ida then filed her own temporary restraining order, claiming Columbus choked her, and she included alleged injury photos in her filing. Our sources say Columbus and Ida have been through this before, but this is the final straw, as Columbus feels there's been no humility or growth for them as husband and wife. As we first reported, Columbus pled no contest to hitting Ida in March of 2018 and served jail time. He was arrested and charged with domestic violence in 2022, but prosecutors ultimately dropped the case. We're told since Ida's arrest earlier this month, she's been at her parents' place with her and Columbus's two kids. As for the puppy Columbus claims Ida kicked and threw, our sources say the dog's name is Matilda and she's living with Columbus at his LA area home. We're told the pooch is doing well despite the alleged abuse, and the dog didn't have to pay a visit to the vet. Sources say Columbus and Ida have been to domestic violence classes and completed programs in the past, but it sounds like divorce will be the outcome here. Ida tells TMZ, over the past week, my family and I have endured an extremely painful and deeply personal experience. I'm disheartened by the lies spread about me. As a wife and mother, my utmost priority is always the safety and well being of my children and myself. Following a distressing incident in July, I felt compelled to seek legal protection to help ensure our safety while matters are addressed in court. She adds, my focus remains on protecting and providing for my family and on allowing the legal system to proceed without external interference. Additionally, my prayer is that my husband gets the help he needs. Hmm. Yeah, because he needs help, honey, clearly. And I mean, This you see why I did even when he filed, because we read first that he was the one who filed the temporary restraining order first, and I just didn't believe it. It's just too much stuff you see here in this section here. Um, Columbus and Ida have been through this before, and then there was the other. Columbus pled no contest to hitting her in March of 2018, served jail time. He was then arrested with domestic violence again in 2022, but prosecutors ultimately dropped the case, probably because she wanted to drop it too.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yes, an abuser is going to abuse.
and he was trying to get out ahead of it, making it like he's been the abuser. I mean, that's what they do. Gaslighting
Hmm.
101. And she should have knocked the shit out of him. He probably was trying to beat her again, and she got the upper hand that time. She managed to get arrested, but I'm not mad at it. Get him before he gets you. I'm glad she fought back.
Same here, girl. And remember, this is the same type of man who likes to, or his previous wife. He was the one who put a knife to her neck and shit like that. I did not like that, honey. That's why that ass got fired off Scandal.
Yeah, so there's no redemption here for him.
Hmm. Need to
Off with
change his
his
name to
head.
Columbus. Right. Need to change his name to Columbus Short Fuse. Because clearly, honey, like Chills, the Queen said, off with his head, honey. Well, does anybody want to add anything about Short Fuse before we go to the next story? So I know was y'all timeline on Twitter like popping last night? Because I know mine was, honey. And you know why? Between Nicki Minaj and that three-letter girl.
It's all over the place. Like, girl, who you gonna talk about next? Like, go, ain't your baby crying? Like,
She don't
go
care
fix,
nothing about that. She ain't got time for Papa Bear, honey. She want to cuss bitches out on Twitter.
go fix him some lunch or some dinner or something. Why are you doing this?
Well, let her husband do it. He the one with the house arrest blank anklet on. He can he know his way around the house. I'm sure. Let me stop.
Yeah, give him a job. Let him do it.
So, well, thank you. Shout out to Vibe for summarizing all of this mess for us. Now, I do personally think they missed a couple of things, but for the most part, this is a really good summary. And y'all see where it says here, Nicki Minaj and SZA have heated exchange online, and she told her to go draw your freckles back on with her lying weird ass, honey. So now I know, but I just want to put it out there. A disclaimer here. Now I know it's going to sound like I'm a Nicki Minaj stan. No, I'm actually not that big of a fan of that woman. I'm actually a huge hater of SZA. Like if a million, what's that saying? Like if a million people hate SZA, then I'm with the world or something like that. If there's one person or nobody, if SZA has no haters, then I have passed on. If the world is with SZA, then I'm against the world. Like that whole thing. I don't like that bitch.
Damn. If she
Yeah,
have no haters, you dead. Is that? Oh my God.
yes, that's because I don't like that girl.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but Nicki Minaj and SZA had a social media had social media in a chokehold on Tuesday, July 15th, when they got into a heated exchange on X, leaving many confused about how their rift began. It all kicked off when Nicki took aim at Top Dog Entertainment president Punch, accusing him of bullying her online. And she put his picture and gonna caption it. Me after I suck some good Zick. Guarantee you wouldn't fight a man. We have every tweet of your incessant bullying, lying, and more. Your name was added to that shit list, shitty drawers. Same thing that make you laugh, make you shit. So she a mess.
Alrighty then.
In the middle of her rant, SZA posted what seems to. Oh, and let me just say before I started reading that, what they left off because Punch actually put a tweet. He said, what was it was something about Barbies,
Broke
blacked out
Barbie.
broken Barbies or something like that.
Hmm.
People thought that was like a dig at Nicki Minaj, but it was not. It was actually a the name of a single by one of his artists on TED. And how I know this is because right under that tweet, he put the song, a video of the song, under the in the replies. So he was not talking. Now it looks like I think the part of him was being messy because he knew how that would look. But anyway,
Because he could have put the song right there with the post, but no, you had to open it to see that. So just off face, you would think, yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the middle of her rant, SZA posted what seemed like a harmless message about Mercury retrograde, writing, "Don't take the bait, lol, silly goose." Nikki, however, wasn't here for what she perceived as shade. She responded directly, dragging the Grammy winning singer with jabs about her appearance, streaming numbers, and signature freckles. Go draw your freckles back on, Buki. Hashtag justice for Demore. Hashtag deposition Perez. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Sounded like a fucking dead dog, Minaj wrote, also taking aim at Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez, who we talked about here on this show. So SZA clapped back quickly, tweeting, "I don't give a fuck about none of that weird shit you popping." While Nicki fired off another tweet, writing, "Bitch looking and sounded like she got stung by a fucking bee. Dot 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 draws on fake freckles." So, and this is the, anyway. Trying to clarify her original message, SZA responded to one of Nicki's fans, writing, "I wasn't even talking about or to anyone. I had just got off stage talking about retrograde. Niggas added me. The fuck? Yes, I'm mad. Now, do you need that?" Eventually, SZA decided to exit the conversation, tweeting, "LMAO, let me get back to being calm, shy, and meek. Y'all have a blessed night. See you tomorrow night for to see you tomorrow for night two, Paris." Mm. But Nikki wasn't finished. She shot back. "Shut up, ugly. I'm in a meeting, so I don't know if you were still talking shit or not. So if you didn't, I'll delete later. Ho." Then she doubled down in another post. "Bitch damn near broke that man back and leg. Bitch fat, chubby, and skinny at the same damn time." Referring to SZA nearly falling during the GNX tour opening night while performing a move with one of her backup dancers. "Bitch, where are those 30 million streams that disappeared on Spotify like your fake freckles? Or excuse me, like your faux freckles? Botting tweets when you're arguing is just as weird as SZA," she continued. Bringing others into the mix, Minaj recalled a few past posts from SZA where she allegedly shaded Rihanna, Sierra, and Beyonce, all of who she had built a relationship with since then. Bitch used to be on Twitter dissing Rihanna, Sierra, etc. But then, when it was time to suck Zick and get opportunities from them, she drew them freckles on and got the sucking right. Allegedly, Minaj wrote on X, like, "Bitch, stop being jealous of women who you secretly would kill to be up their assholes." She added, "These men putting batteries in y'all backs and y'all stupid enough to still keep it going, not peeping that is not going to end well for them or you." And these are the tweets that she was talking about. Now, these tweets are from 2011. And one thing about Susan, she was talking a lot of shit in 2011, honey. That must have been a hard year for her. But yeah, the whole exchange had fans wondering if there was some deeper beef between the two women. After all, SZA co-wrote Nicki's 2014 Beyonce-assisted track "Feeling Myself," so they worked together before. As we all know, the snooze singer is also close to Kendrick Lamar, who performed at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show over Lil Wayne in New Orleans. Her TDE ties to K Dot has had some fans assuming that she might have taken sides in the ongoing Drake versus Kendrick feud, where Nicki sided with her Young Money brethren, Drake. And then they have where you can take a look at these a hot mess. But yeah, why is Onika tripping though? Cause she crazy. You want to know why, Bianca? You want to know why? Cause she's a Sagittarius. Hey, boo. Shout out to my Sagittarius. I love y'all. But yeah, that's a hot mess. So yeah, that's that on that. Does anybody want to add anything before we go to the next story, honey? Okay, well this next story, Shaq, honey, Shaq taking up for his boo. I love to see it. So I have this article here from Hollywood Unlocked, and y'all see where it says here, Shaq calls out Robert Griffin III after making a sensitive post about Angel Reese. "I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face." Get him again, Shaq. Get his ass again. So Shaquille O'Neal been riding for Angel Reese since she was hooping at LSU, and that loyalty clearly hasn't wavered one bit. In a new interview on the Off the Record podcast, Shaq didn't mince words when checking former NFL star Robert Griffin III over what he saw as disrespectful, racially insensitive posts about the rising WNBA star. RG3 tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese, and I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. Shaq snapped during the podcast. It's enough. Like I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. He doubled down, adding, "You got your job, you got your podcast. Leave my Angel Reese alone." Y'all clocked that right. He said, "Leave my Angel Reese." So leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. Fucking stop it. That's the last time, okay? This all came after RG3 caught heat online for reposting a racist photo edited of Angel Reese while commenting on the alleged tension between her and Caitlin Clark. Even though he claimed he was highlighting how wild and hateful the photo was, folks weren't buying it, especially since he followed up by claiming Reese hates Clark and that people from her camp backed it up. Griffin tweeted, "People in Angel's inner circle called me and told me I was right and Angel Reese has grown to hate Caitlin Clark because of the media always asking her about Caitlin and being constantly compared to her. But Reese ain't let that slide. She came through on X and shut the whole thing down. Lying on this app when everybody knows the first and last name of everybody in my circle for clout is nasty work." And her mama even chimed in, calling Griffin out. One thing's for sure, Reese's tribe don't play about her, and neither does Shaq. So Shaquille O'Neal ain't just a fan from the sidelines. He's been publicly uplifting Reese for years, ever since she made headlines for unapologetically being herself and leading LSU to a national title. He's always applauded her confidence, her black girl energy, and her refusal to shrink herself for the masses. So when RG3 decided to take the discourse to a toxic level and speak on a supposed hate between Reese and Clark, it wasn't just disrespectful, it was triggering for a lot of black athletes and fans who've seen similar narratives play out. Let's be clear, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark don't owe anyone forced friendship or rivalry. They are two elite athletes grinding in their own lanes. But social media loves to pit black women against white folks for clicks. And RG3 throwing gasoline on that fire didn't sit right with Shaq or fans. Shaq's message wasn't just about RG3. It was a call out of how often people take subtle and sometimes overt jabs at young black women in the public eye and expect them to not clap back. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. That's protection. That's mentorship. That's what real community looks like. So let's run it back. RG3 hopped on X and reshared a racially insensitive fan made photo of Reese with the intention he claims to condemn it. But instead of just saying this is unacceptable, he used it as an opening to throw shade, claiming Reese hates Caitlin Clark and that is confirmed by folks in her camp. The internet wasn't feeling it. Black Twitter, WNBA fans, Bianca, and Reese herself called him out for spreading false narratives. Not only did it feel like he was gaslighting her, but he was also amplifying racist content under the guise of calling it out. Shaq took that personally. And as someone who's faced the media attacks and watched young black athletes get dragged over nothing, he drew the line and made it clear. Angel Reese is off limits. You know what? I like this. We need to see we really need to see more of this. We really need to see our older black men, our quote unquote leaders. We need to speak up because yeah, I don't even know who Robert Griffin III is. Like I don't know any sport, but what I do know about him is that he's a coon. Because anytime that he's in the news, he's always in there for doing some coony shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
He can just shut the fuck up. I love this. And
same
punch him in
here.
his face for real, Shaq, if he doesn't.
Well, shout out to you, Shaq. And you know what? Because of this, I'm not gonna comment anymore on your little bit of dingling. Shout out to you. You and that little bit of dingling, you all go and you prosper. And yeah, well, does anybody want to add anything else about Angel Reese, RG3, or Shaq's little dingling that I'm not gonna talk about anymore? Oh, we say fuck RG3 and his expired milk. I love it. Expired milk indeed. Well, remember how yesterday we talked about that Canadian rapper Top 5, how he
Yeah.
got stabbed in the neck in the UK? Well, because of this, a UK rapper by the name of Ratlin. Now, I don't know who this person is, but a UK rapper by the name of Ratlin calls him Police Boy.
Not police boy.
Police Boy, honey. I don't know why. I don't know why but that's what he said. So, UK rapper Ratlin calls Top 5 a police boy after Top stabbing. So Drake recently brought up a debate between US and UK rappers, but his friend Top 5 probably has more strong opinions on that now. This is because British MC Ratlin reportedly took some shots at the Canadian spitter following Top's recent stabbing in London. According to Keepsake Solid on Instagram, the English rapper said Top was a police boy after Top 5 was reportedly stabbed in the city. Police boy about to call 911. Rattling commented on an Instagram post about the incident, adding some crying, laughing emojis. It's unclear whether the two lyricists had previously interacted, dissed each other, or anything else connecting them. I would imagine so if you put something like that in the comments, but anyway. Also, the stabbing situation remains very unclear at press time, with rumors swirling that Top called for an ambulance in the street after the attack. Other reports still have unverifiable information, so take everything with a grain of salt until more solid details emerge. At press time, the OVO affiliate and his team haven't addressed the alleged stabbing online or through other means. We will see we will see how quickly that changes depending on his recovery, for which we hope is a speedy process. Then Top will have to respond to the harrowing attempt on his life and to this Rattling shot. So for those unaware, Rattling is a rapper. This is him right here, by the way. This is Rattling. For those unaware, Rattling is a rapper from the United Kingdom who blew up with his "Summertime in Mexico" and "Youngest in Charge" mixtapes. I've not heard either one, but I'm sure they're nice. He's
Yeah,
been in
never heard
the
it. Never heard.
me
Okay.
neither, girl. He's been in the game for over a decade now, although we have no idea why he has this smoke for Top 5. Probably because Top 5 is a fucking idiot. Anyway, meanwhile, Top 5 is still making waves in hip hop for his marriages of street talk with some big media outlets like No Jumper. We'll see if he pops out soon to address Rattling after a hopeful speedy recovery. If not, then it will probably only be a matter of time before Tops decides to retort. Mm. Play around in London if you want to, honey. Your ass will fuck around and be like Chris Brown.
So he's a police boy. If someone stabs you in the neck and you a police boy because you reported, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just uh, go to the hospital and say you don't say anything? Like, what is this culture of the violence and then you're supposed to just take it? Like, that is so crazy to me.
Hmm. That's the power of toxic masculinity, baby. So, child. Yeah, I was reading this. I said, girl, really? What would make him a police? So this, I mean, I feel like something like this because nobody I don't feel like anybody would say this about somebody they don't know or they have interacted with. I could be wrong, but something like this, like a police boy, call it, because to me this says I don't know if it means something different in the UK, but I'm getting that this might mean he's a snitch or
Yeah.
he's like one of the feds or something like that.
But if you go to the hospital with that kind of injury, they are obligated to report. Even if you don't say you know who did it or you know what happened or refuse to talk, they're going to report it because you didn't stab yourself or a gunshot wound or anything like that's a law. They have to report that.
Hmm.
So shut the fuck up, Radlin.
Wait a minute, Hammy. I'm looking at the chat. You put wait with these eyes emojis. I know you won't put them eyes emojis for that ugly. Well, you know what? I'm in no position to talk about anybody's taste in
No,
men. I had to
you
stop
are
myself
not.
really quickly.
I'm glad you snatched yourself because no.
See, you know what that's called? Self awareness.
Okay, that's what we'll name it today. We'll let
Yeah.
it. We'll allow it.
Yes. Well, speaking of things not being allowed, Emma Watson, who famously played Hermione on the Harry Potter series, But that ass is not allowed to drive, honey, in the UK. She done had her license suspended for 6 months. And child, y'all, when we read this story, y'all gonna be like, wow, they really don't play over there. So you see where it says I have this BBC article, Emma Watson banned from driving for speeding. So Watson, who played Hermione Granger in the film franchise, drove a blue Audi at 38 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone in Oxford on the evening of July 31st last year. So y'all saw that right. She was going 8 miles over in a 30-mile-per-hour limit. But she already had 9 points on her license before the speeding incident occurred. The court heard. The 35-year-old, now a student, was made to pay a total of £1,044 at High Wycombe Magistrates Court on Wednesday. She did not attend the 5-minute hearing. Representatives for Watson have been approached for comment. Watson's lawyer, Mark Haslam, told the court that she is a student, adding she is in a position to pay the fine. The actress has been studying a master's degree in creative writing at the University of Oxford since 2023. Watson shot to fame in 2001 with the release of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Uh, is the Philosopher's or Sorcerer's Stone? Anyway, alongside fellow child stars Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint. She starred in 8 Potter films in total, with the last being released in 2011 before going on to appear in movies such as Beauty and the Beast, The Bling Ring, and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Watson's last film role was in the 2019 remake of Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig. She launched her own substantial gin brand with her brother in 2023. A new TV adaptation of J.K. Rowling's that bitch Harry Potter's book is currently in production, starring these people. It don't even matter because I'm not watching anyway.
Right.
Um, so let's see. Separately, another Harry Potter actress, Zoe Wanamaker, was fined for speeding on the same day and in the same court as Watson. Wanamaker, who played Madame Hooch in the Wizarding series, was caught speeding on August 7th of 2024 on the M4 in Newbury, Berkshire, excuse me. The 76-year-old was driving at 46 miles in a 40-mile-per-hour limit, the court heard.
They strict.
They
I
are strict as hell, girl.
You better not go 1 mile over. Damn,
And this lady was also fined £1,044 and banned for 6 months.
that's crazy.
So yeah. So long story short, if you ever find yourself driving in London, it's already going to be weird for you anyway because you're going to be on the other side of you're going to be driving from the passenger side, what we see in America. But if it says 35 miles an hour, then your ass better go 34, go 33 to be on the safe side.
The speed limit means just that, the limit.
Okay, cause baby. Oh, it says philosopher versus sorcerer's stone depends on what country you're in. Okay, thank you for that emotional support, top. Depends on the country. Okay, that's very interesting to know. See, me personally, I okay, so I guess the long story when Harry Potter was popular, I was a teenager, like I was in high school, and while everybody was reading those books, I was reading shit like I was supposed to be reading, like Zane, Omar Tyree, all that hood shit. So I only really read the first one, and it was the Sorcerer's Stone over here in America. So I'm guessing it was the Philosopher's Stone in the UK or whatever. But I only read the first book. Then I read like half of the second one. Not that it was just too. I wanted to see some real ghetto shit, and Harry Potter was anything but that. Look, we have a comment in chat. What? Faux shock. Yeah, it's Hermione. Oh, I thought it was Hermione. Okay, Hermione. Whatever the bitch name is, I don't care. Whatever her name is, she can't drive for 6 months in her hometown for going eight
Hermione,
miles over the speed limit.
Hermione or Hermione, she can't do neither one.
And neither can her castmate. And the castmate was even crazy for going only 6 miles over. That's wild to me, child.
That is so wild. 6 miles over. I wonder if they give you like even like 1 or 2 miles over. I mean, that's I mean, that would be the variation of just your foot on the gas pedal, unless you're using auto, you know, speed. So, damn,
Well, child, does anybody want to add anything else to Hermione, or whatever the girl name who can't drive before we go to the next story?
I bet they
Uh,
pockets fat off of those fines, because that seems like that could just be a whole lot of people that they're assessing fines for speeding at if they're doing it like that.
I wonder what's the crash fatality rate over there versus here. That's a good question, Beezus. I'm actually going to research that after the show. I want to see, like, are they? I can't. Well,
Oh,
I imagine that for them to have laws this strict, they must have a lot of accidents.
you think? I would say
I
no.
mm.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, thank you, Chili.
And probably less damage to cars too, because you're having low speed crashes if you are having a crash.
Yeah, baby. I know if that were me, honey, I'm kind of telling on myself a little bit, but with the way I drive, honey, my shit would probably be. I'd probably have as many points on my license as Hermione, whatever that child name is.
Yeah, it says the United Kingdom has a significantly lower road traffic fatality rate compared to the U.S. In the UK, there are
Wow.
approximately 2.4 deaths per 100,000 people, while in the US is around 12.4. Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. Well, y'all, our next story is kind of a sad one, hun. And it's scary. Like, look, I'm sorry, I was looking at this comment. Hermione was dancing with Omarion. Yep, exactly. In that touch video, that was her. Let me start a rumor. Yeah, but this is sad here. So, linked arrested suspect to double murder, and this was from an American Idol supervisor who was killed in her own home. Her and her husband.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was sad. So, the alleged murderer of American Idol music supervisor Robin Kay and her husband Thomas DeLuca left forensic evidence behind that directly led to his arrest. Sources with knowledge tell TMZ. The LAPD arrested 22-year-old Raymond Bouderian, and our sources say the key piece of evidence linking him to the crime is fingerprints. Cops were able to lift fingerprints from the crime scene. Authorities were able to match the prints to Bouderian because his prints were in the LAPD's database. Bouderian has had been arrested on three separate criminal battery cases in 2024, and protocol is to get fingerprints upon arrest. Mm. So this is
That,
Robin right here, and
oh,
Randy
that's
Jackson.
Randy. Yeah.
And that homophobe. You know what? And the thing about LaPortia, I was actually a huge fan of hers until I found out her funny looking ass was homophobic. So fuck her. But she can sing her ass off though. But fuck her. Anyway, in addition to the fingerprints, police used surveillance video at Kay's home to identify the suspect. Our law enforcement sources say at this point there's no evidence to any personal connection between Budarian and Kay's family. That's the scariest part. Like that, he just randomly doing shit. So
Yeah.
Budarian's home is a 10-minute drive from the home of Kay and DeLuca. Neighbors called police last Thursday to report a suspicious man, possibly armed, who got onto the Kay DeLuca property. The investigation is ongoing. And this, you want to know how I know Raymond Budarian is white? Because we don't see not one mug shot of his in this article at all. That's some scary ass shit, honey.
A stranger just come to your house and kill you. That's, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So condolences to Robbins and Thomas's family and friends. That's just
Damn psychopath is what he was. That's
yeah.
psychopath stuff right there.
Exactly. Well, while we at it, while we talking about white men who don't get their fingerprints shown, do y'all remember, not fingerprints, but their mugshot shown? Y'all remember a couple of years ago in 2023, there was I forget whose son he was, but there was a guy who committed a murder and decapitated his wife and tried to kill her parents as well. He was the son of some famous person. Y'all probably don't remember because it was so long ago. But anyway, that person has actually committed suicide in jail. So good fucking riddance to that trash. But he has famous friends that are now talking about it. So I'm sure y'all, well, if you're a millennial, I'm sure you're familiar with Sean Ashmore because of those X-Men movies. But X-Men star Ashmore finally free to speak on the loss of friend murdered by Sam Heskel. The is that the fourth? Yep,
Yeah,
the
the
fourth.
fourth. Mm-hmm.
So Sean Ashmore and his wife Dana are speaking out on the horrific 2023 murder of their friend May Lee Haskell. Finally, feeling some sense of closure after the suspect Sam Haskell, the fourth, the son of the legendary TV agent Sam Haskell. Oh, there you go. Died by suicide and spared them the agony of a trial. Coward.
I think I remember the story. Yeah.
Yep. And remember when it broke and he got arrested and they found her pieces of her
Mm-hmm.
body in the
Yeah.
dumpster and stuff like and
Yeah.
we didn't see not one mugshot of Sam Haskell the fourth. So the X-Men star and his wife tell TMZ in a statement, our hearts are heavy, but we feel some small sense of peace knowing that there is finally a bit of closure. We are mourning the loss of an extraordinary mother, someone who poured her entire heart into her three boys and never stopped putting them first. And this was May Lee here. The couple was not allowed to speak out on the case until now because they were working alongside authorities as a representative for their close family friend. Sean and Dana formed a tight bond with Mei Lee after their children became friends at their Los Angeles school around 3 years ago. They say Mei Lee was an incredible mother, always present, always loving, and constantly giving. They tell us that she was an avid pickleball player with the love of Pokemon cards, and they recall a touching memory of Mei Lee bringing back a children's cooking set from China as a gift for their kids. She was so generous, so kind, so loving, Dana said. She's someone that never deserved this. As we first reported, Haskell was accused of brutally murdering Mei Lee and her parents in late 2023, dismembering her body and dumping her remains in a trash bin. This is that bastard here with his ugh girl.
Mm-mm.
You see it, chill.
I see it. I was looking at it. I'm like, ooh, baby.
It's looking very asymmetrical over here, honey.
Ugh.
Last Saturday, Haskell died by suicide at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility in Los Angeles. Sources tell us he left behind a note saying that he would miss his three best friends, his children. No, fuck you. Anyway, what's more, LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman told TMZ that prior to his arrest, Haskell had purchased a one-way ticket to Japan for himself and his girlfriend, suggesting he had plans to abandon those kids. For
Mm.
Sean and Dana, the loss is personal and profound. As they remember their friend and her legacy, they're holding tight to the memories and the example May Lee set as a mother and friend. The couple says May was more than a friend. She went above and beyond for everyone who had the gift of knowing her. Her love, her laughter, her warmth, she's deeply missed and will always be. And always will be, excuse me. Child. Ugh.
This whole face
Mm-mm-mm.
on one side is asymmetrical. If you look
Very
at it.
much so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ugly bastard. Well, I hope he's currently burning in hell.
Yeah, he did the right thing. Took himself out of here.
Hmm.
Good for him. Killed that woman and her parents.
Yes, indeed. Well, does anybody want to add anything about that ugly man before we go to the next story?
No.
Well, So we talked about Mellow Bucks here before, and how four people were was it two people were killed and another two were injured after her album listening party.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually released a statement after that. I'm sure she probably didn't even want to say anything. That's woo, honey.
And
So
something
Mellow Bucks.
has happened.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Similar with her. I saw a tweet, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, so Mellow Buck shares heartfelt statement after shooting that killed her boyfriend. So Mela Bucks has shared a heartfelt statement on Instagram reflecting on the shooting at her mixtape listening party in Chicago earlier this month. During the attack, four people were killed and another 15 were injured. Okay, so I was right. It was four people that were killed, and another 15 were injured. Her boyfriend was among the deceased. Last week, I hosted a listening party in downtown Chicago for a project I've been working on for 3 years. My first body of work built on real blood, sweat, and tears. What was supposed to be a joyful and peaceful night ended in heartbreak, she began. As the party was wrapping up, a mass shooting occurred, where four lives were taken from us, 15 others injured, with the majority being women, who came out to show love and support. These weren't strangers, these were people I love. These were friends, family, creatives, significant others, and people who have been with me through this entire journey. What happened was senseless, and there is no reason a group of innocent people, mostly women, should have ever been targeted in that way. Miller Bus continued, sorry, and while we can't say for certain what was in someone's mind or what anyone's intentions were, I do know this. I carry a heavy heart knowing so many lives were affected. My heart aches for the lives lost, for those who are healing from physical and emotional wounds, and for the spaces and spirits that may never be the same again. This moment is something that changed a number of us incredibly. I will continue to honor those we lost, stand by those who are healing, and do everything I can to keep their memory alive. People continue to pray for their families and our community as we try to make sense of everything. So that was we really don't need to read the rest of this because it just talks about what we already know, how that car shot at them after the party was, winding down. So that was a nice statement. I just hate that, and I have a feeling she probably didn't even want to say because no, it was her boyfriend and like one of her best friends that was killed, from what I remember reading. So that is terrible. Oh, yep, was it her best friend? Yep, I see the comment now.
And I just wonder why. Why was her party targeted?
And what I didn't know is that it was like she put in a statement it was mostly women there, so most of the people who injured were women, and that just put an extra layer of like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah, four dead and 14 wounded. So it makes it makes no sense. Now, and it just there was an incident here at a club last week, a few nights ago, where people were outside. I guess as the club's getting ready to close, people are filing out and standing around outside, and someone just drove by and shot into the group, killed two and injured seven others, or something like that. And you just wonder, why do people do things like that? Like, are they mad at the club owner and they do something like that? They hurt innocent people. Like, why would you do something like that? Just shoot at people outside who probably have nothing at all. Because there's no way you could have known who's standing outside. You just drive by and just shoot into a crowd of people that's standing outside. So why would you do that?
Girl, I wish I had an answer, honey. The only thing I can come up with is that we are among some real life villains that want to see the downfall of humanity, honey. They don't want to see people having a good time, so they're gonna mess it up.
So if you were aiming for maybe ruining the owner's business, you're killing innocent people. Like, I oh, it's hard to it's hard to understand because I guess we don't have that mentality. But it's just really hard to understand. And then you go home and act like nothing happened. Eat, go out, party with your friends, and you just shot up 9 people just just because.
And just like Mellow Buck said, it's just stupid and it's senseless.
Yeah, can't make a bit of sense out of it.
Well, and another thing, so and we really won't spend too much because her dad was in the news as well for being investigated for selling guns to undercover officers. So we're just gonna watch a little. I want to say this clip is about a week old, but it still gives us an update of what happened with her dad. Now as of now, what we know is that he's currently awaiting for trial. So give me one. Her dad's name is Melvin Doyle. Let me get this video link
Uh,
I have here.
that must be the other thing I heard, that I was saying
Mm,
something else happened with her.
Yep, this is it.
Hey, Moon.
So I have this Fox 32 Chicago link here.
New report says the father of local rapper Mellow Bucks is now out of prison ahead of his pending trial. The Chicago Tribune judge 39-year-old Melvin Doyle. He's accused of selling guns to ATF agents. Doyle goes to court again July 17th. Just last Wednesday, a mass shooting happened. This was at a listening party in River North for the rapper's new album. Federal prosecutors told the judge today there's no connection between Doyle's case and the mass shooting that targeted his daughter's party.
So yeah. So he's currently awaiting trial. So we'll see. Once I get an update on that, I'll definitely keep y'all updated.
Well, how would they know there's no connection? There's something, some reason that
Mhm.
that happened. How do they know he didn't piss anyone? I mean, I'm not trying to say for sure, but there was a reason. What is the reason? You can't say there's no connection if you don't really know the reason why it happened.
Right. I wonder if it was drug related. Who
But
knows, child?
then again, the people standing outside, did they have the drugs? Like you couldn't possibly know who's all outside. That's what I'm saying. It's so random that you just shoot into a crowd of people. Like those people couldn't have been the ones that you were really trying to get at. Like what was there had to be a reason for that, to make someone else suffer, or did they were they watching and knew who was standing outside? Something's just crazy about that. Her
Agreed.
boyfriend, her best friend, like, mm, there's just a lot more to be discovered about that story.
I agree. Well, when they release it, because it looked like they be like the news is keep on being tight-lipped on everything. So once they release more
Yeah,
details, I would definitely update y'all.
yeah, that's probably on purpose.
So now our next story, chill. Have you ever being in the well, I don't want to say your location on the recorded line, but being in that area, have you ever heard of a rapper um by the name of Cartel Bo?
No, no, and no.
Well, the reason that I ask is because so he actually just exposed his baby mother's body count. And now that's saying dig deep and think about the messiest bitch you know.
It's a
It's a
man.
man, ain't it?
Mm.
Baby, this is messy as hell. And I love it, honey. I am getting my life. So on this page here that goes by Rap House TV, who we've discovered is actually an Indian who likes to report on black news, but at least they report shit right. So hell. But anyway, uh you see where it says here, rapper Cartel Bo exposes his baby mom's body count and all of these celebrities she slept with allegedly. And even
Wow.
non-celebrities in here. And look at this list, y'all.
You naming names.
He's naming names. Kurt Cobain's cousin, the broke nigga in a dress, Yella and Half Pipe ran a train on you, Compton Menace, my nigga Doughboy Sauce, that nigga lying and saying he Dirk Uncle, Javante Davis, Eddie House the third, is that Nike homie broke on you like he was supposed to, Nike homeboy who you didn't know at first, Rayface, Slim Thug, Zero, Stephon Diggs, Deion Sanders Jr., Rich the Kid, Derez Deshawn, what nasty dick yellow dude you fucking raw on porn and put money on my books. Uh, Tamika X, football nigga for the Texas, Rayshawn, Andrew Wiggins. Is that Efoni, my nigga like a brother, Carl Crawford, and a few of his people then ran through you. The DeAndre Hopkins dime photo shoot, half of BMF, including Southwest T. Oh, bro, I can go on for hours. Me and these niggas then been in your mouth, but you still broke and can't take care of your kids. Mm.
Wow, the salvo at the end. Damn. This can't. This can't.
And this is the young lady here.
Oh. Mm.
We have a comment. This is so funny. It sounds fake.
Right?
Well, heck, look, get that dick, girl. Get that dick, honey. And clearly, this nigga mad, honey. Anybody that goes through all this, he must have had like some genuine feelings for her or something like that, and it just was not.
Right.
He just because for him to do all this,
You feeling some kind of way for real.
mm-mm. Well, I got three more stories left. So our next story, now y'all know I don't do sports. So are you all familiar with someone by the name of Quinshawn Judkins, who plays for the? It looks like he plays for the Cleveland Browns, maybe.
Never heard of him.
Well, we about to hear of him as well. Look, we have a comment calling me a messy bitch. Thank you. Oh my God. Well,
No, I think he was talking about uh, Car- Cartello. I don't know him.
I'm not letting that straight man take my compliment. No, that was meant for me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, now Quinshawn Judkins, though, he's actually another case of football players being abusive to their partners. But you see where it says Brown's rookie Quinshawn Judkins alleged a victim 911 call, and she said she was still in pain. So, I'm gonna go ahead and play this 911 call, and while it's playing, I can go refill my cup of coffee. But let me put this on here.
Um, I had a high profile male that I was in a relationship with put his hands on me.
When did that happen?
This happened 3 days ago.
So that would have been the 9th of July.
It was the night of, I can tell you right now. Sorry, I'm trying to go in my phone.
You're fine. Is there a reason that you didn't call the day that the incident occurred?
Yes, there is, because I thought that we could work through it, and obviously we couldn't. So I'm trying to do the right thing now. But the situation happened on Tuesday. Monday is early Tuesday, so like around like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Tuesday.
Because that would have been July 8th.
Correct.
Did you have to go to the hospital for any medical treatment?
I didn't go to the hospital for medical treatment, but I will say that I am still in pain, and I have a lot more of my story to tell. I just need to, and I still have visible bruises and evidence on my body of the event.
Okay, so you need paramedics
And on my
for any
phone.
reason right now?
No, sir.
All right, may I have your first name, please? What's the phone number you're calling from?
What's your phone number?
Okay. And you'll be waiting outside in your vehicle?
No, we are outside the building in person.
Okay, so you're standing by the front door.
Correct. Where there's a button that says press.
Okay. So I have the call in. We're going to have a officer meet you outside, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, that's and then I'm gonna get down to the section where I wanted to read. Okay, so as we previously reported, Judkins, the 36th overall pick in the NFL draft, was arrested over the woman's claims on July 12th and charged with misdemeanor battery, domestic. He was released from jail on a $2,500 bond. According to an incident report, the altercation took place in a rented Lamborghini SUV shortly after the woman and the Cleveland Browns running back arrived at Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Uh, the report states the two got into an argument over text messages he received from family members, and Judkins struck her when she tried to explain the situation. The alleged victim said that during their trip, she briefly got out of the SUV, but when she got back in, another argument broke out. That's when she claims Judkins hit her again. The Browns say they were aware and gathering information on the arrest. So basically, they ain't gonna do nothing. It says so because y'all can't work it out now, you want to report it and do the right thing. Hey, li- g- um, I see what you're saying. My only thing, I'm kind of glad she is doing this simply because, like, when if something serious, if she decides to stay with this man and when something, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when something serious, when this shit escalates, people are gonna say, oh, well, why you ain't never called the police and why you never. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad that she did this. I don't. I just I think there's we have more history, and this is just my personal opinion. I'm welcome to please prove me wrong if you have information to prove me wrong. But I think history tells us that men tend to be a little bit more violent than women are liars. So I I don't know, especially when they got people like the NFL ready and willing to back them up for being predatory like this towards women. Uh, Moon, hey gorgeous.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, yep.
Yep, yep. Okay, let me clarify. So I'm not mad that she's reporting it. She should have reported it the first day. I just, the way she answered that, like, well, if we could have worked it out. I mean, basically, that's what it sounded like. Well, if we could have worked it out, I wouldn't have reported. But because I couldn't, then let me tell on him. And I'm like, huh, girl? Like, you
Yeah.
making it, I just feel like those type of actions and those words like that make it harder for women when they do try and do it. I mean, there's just a long history of women not being believed. And then, somebody is coming out. And I mean, she just verbally on the recording was like, I mean, it basically sounded like, well, if I could have worked it out, then I wouldn't have said nothing. But since I can't get back with this nigga, yeah, he hit on me and I have bruises. And I just don't like that.
Yep. I hear you. Well, thank you for clarifying. Yep. So I definitely agree with you on that. Like, had it been me,
Had it
like
been me,
it only
like
takes
it
one
only
red
takes.
flag.
Yeah, no, no, no. I mean, overall, she does need to turn his ass in, but I just don't like the method of how she. That was just that just didn't sit well with me. Like, so you telling me if y'all could have worked it out, she would have let that slide? Okay, girl.
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything about this ugly man before we go to the
And
next
he
story?
ugly. To the next part. Not like if he was cute, it would have made it any better. But damn, and he ugly too. Ugh.
Ain't no other man with
Ain't
money.
no other man with money.
That's what my mama told
That's
me.
what my mama told me. What'd you say?
There's no ugly men with money.
Oh yeah, because
We
well,
witnessed it.
we witnessed it. There's a line. There is for some people it ain't
And
because
That's the some people we
That's the
talk.
some people we talk. Yeah, you're right.
And y'all talking about me too, honey, because once I find out you got money, you become instantly handsome to me, honey. I'd be like, hey, boo. Let me stop.
Let me stop. You are they. You are.
Well, does any I think y'all already we don't need to add anything else. So let me just go on to this story here. So Akon, remember we talked about him. He wanted his real life Wakanda in Senegal, and we kind of read reports that that's being shut down and abandoned.
Right.
Well, he's come out to say that this is not true, that is misinformation, and a city takes a long time to build. So we just need to be patient, basically. And he's still doing his country album. So
You need to give it up. But didn't wait? Was it the government who came out and said there ain't nothing happening?
it it
It,
was, yep.
it was, yep. So how he gonna try over? Man, he is delusional.
So I have this link from TMZ actually caught up with him, and we can actually hear him talk about it in his own words. So give me one second. Let me get the video. Y'all see where it says, "Haters, listen up. Akon City is still underway." So let me get it here.
So, Akon, where are you with this country album? I know last time we spoke to you, is it finished? Is there a release date? Are there features?
The features I'll announce very, very soon. I can tell you that we're 60% in.
Okay, I like
We're
that.
that close.
How has it been? Like the whole process?
It's probably the best experience I've had in a minute, especially spending time in Nashville, rocking with
You're
those
in
guys.
Nashville?
Oh yeah, we're doing it the right way. I got Gary LeVox. He's actually co-executive producing it with me. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be crazy.
So that means that there's going to be a tour, like an Akon Cowboy Carter.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that
I'm being
because her tours
sarcastic,
are on a
but
different level.
I know.
But I'm definitely gonna have fun with it for sure.
What happened to Akon City? I've been reading. So can you dispel any rumors? People are saying that you've forgotten that project, that it's no longer happening. Can you take us through that?
What I can tell you is the Akon City attack is under the Akon City project is under attack. The
Okay.
impact that it's going to do for Africa is kind of shaking up a lot of agendas. So you're going to see a lot of misinformation on the internet, and I would advise that you know that it's untrue. But for the most part, the project is a city, so it's not going to stop. It's continuing. This building right here, you know how long it takes to build this one building?
Right.
I'm talking about a city.
Okay.
So just know it's a lot of misinformation that's happening. And when you're doing something that big in Africa, specifically with all these agendas tied to it, they're going to try to discredit it for it not to happen. I just need people to be more wise and know that a project like this don't happen overnight.
But you have not abandoned that project. You're staying in here.
My purpose is to develop Africa, and that project is part of development.
Have any rappers asked to join in on this city? Because a lot of Americans are.
But I don't want to mention them, and they become a product of attack as well too. Is that serious?
No, he didn't want to mention it and had their asses investigated by the African government. That's all that was. Like, the Senegalese government would have investigated their asses, and then they probably would have found some money laundering. Let me stop. Let me stop. But we were just talking about, like, how money makes people beautiful, honey. Because I was just looking at Akon like, well, I'd like to be one of his wives. He got like what, three now, honey. So lucky number four. Hey, four is my favorite number.
We are now off the air.
But yeah, hey, hun, that's another gaslighter, hun. Talking about, you see how long it took this building here? It took look how long it took, boy. Because how long we been talking about that city that was supposed to have been made? I think since the first Black Panther movie came out, and he was like, "Oh, I want to do my own Wakanda." As child, uh, mm.
Well, I mean, he is talking about what, a $6 billion city. That just doesn't happen. I mean, that takes years, and especially in a place like Africa, like he said, there's less regulatory as opposed to coercive type, business going on there. So I could see it taking a long time to bring that to fruition.
It certainly could, but I still got money laundering on the mind, honey. It's a little something.
You auntie. Something don't sound right.
Yeah.
But hell, it could be him and the government scheming on each other. They
Right.
just deadlocked.
Yes, honey.
They might
Well,
decide it wasn't going forward to force his hand to do something they've been trying to get him to do. You never know.
yep. I'm definitely not a billionaire like he is, and I'm not trying to build my own city. Because had it been, honey, if it were my city, you already know the diets would be terrible. Everybody be walking around fat as hell because they got terrible diets, and everybody will be whores. So we should call that the city of Horrick. Anyway, does anybody want to add anything before I go to my last story?
That's a city that will never happen. So you're safe, America.
Just wait until I meet Akon. Wait until I meet him. We gonna get this city underway. Well, our last story. Are you all familiar with the rapper from Brooklyn, Troy Ave? He made a name for himself, like and was in the news a few years ago.
It sounds
I've
But
heard of him.
yeah.
I've never heard
okay,
his music, but I've heard of him.
his music is not bad at all. But I'm a little biased because a lot of people say that his music is 50 Cent inspired. So anyway, well, he's actually a good friend, honey. And I say that because he was actually I don't know, you could probably say he saved his friend's life. So Troy Ave fends off armed robber in shootout. I got your back, bro. So we about to watch a video. So this was him and a friend of his by the name of Jeff Cole. And Jeff Cole was just riding, driving into his just driveway. Look like they just came from a night out having fun and stuff. They dancing to the music and stuff. One nigga honey comes up behind them trying to make some shit pop off, and Troy Ave saw it and immediately took out his gun and started blasting. See, these is the kind of shooters you need to have around, honey. So here, I'm about to play the video.
With your real life, with your real life, you gonna with your real life, with your real life, in this city, with your real. Oh, oh, oh.
This should look like a movie, honey. Good lord.
He came like a ninja in the night. What the hell? Where he come
Hmm.
from? He got shot, whoever it is.
Yes, indeed. And then Jeff actually released a statement. Let me okay. So Jeff says, I came home after celebrating the success of a sold out Chef Fest with love and support from all over the West Coast. And a hater from the same city tried to take it all away. This is the second time, but it won't be a third. Shout out to my brother Av for holding it down in a situation where most would have ran and folded. I'll never let the hate stop me from showing love. I'm gonna keep giving artists opportunities and platforms. I'm gonna keep getting money, and the only thing I'm doing different now is taking the show on the road. Um, and it says, although Jeff just posted a video of this incident, we're told it actually happened back in mid-June. He and Troy had been out celebrating the success of Chef Fest, a culinary event held last month in San Diego. We've reached out to reps for Jeff and Troy, as well as cops in San Diego to find out how this ended, and the story is still developing. But yeah, I mean, I would say, cause like Chill said, that man snuck in like a ninja, honey. Some shit could have really popped off, and the only thing he saw was oh shit. And had it not been for Troy Ave's quick thinking, like who knows what could have happened.
And he dropped his. Did he drop his gun? Is that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I think Buddy like ran into him and accidentally dropped the gun, which helped Troy to pull his out in enough time. Woo, boy, people are crazy.
Crazy as hell. Well, a fun fact. This has nothing to do with nothing, but believe it or not, I actually used to work with Troy Ave's father at my last place of employment. Really, 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 really nice guy. And in fact, he never called me by my name. He loved my accent so much, he always called me North Carolina. So shout out to
No.
that guy. Really, really nice guy. So yeah, that's that on that. Well, that was all the tea that I have for us today. So before we head out and before I go and watch my stories, did any of you have any tea that you want to share? Any tea that I might have missed?
I know I probably missed all the good tea. Dang it. Work won't let me be great.
You didn't miss a lot.
Yeah, yeah, hun, hun, trust me.
I know y'all talked about that Scissor and Nikki. I know y'all did.
We
You know we
did.
did.
Mm, well, you go enjoy because you're going to be on time to watch
Yes,
your stories. Will
live
ain't here
tweeting
to
my story.
sabotage you.
No, Will would never sabotage me. Will loves Beyond the Gates just as much as I do.
Oh my God. I'm gonna
Oh, you
tell.
got jokes today. That's funny.
I'm telling. I'm telling.
Look, you see how quick rumors get started? I love it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, y'all, it is always a pleasure. I love and appreciate your support. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We we will be back. I'm planning to be back tomorrow for the live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. If anything changes, I'll
But,
definitely let you all know in advance. You know how
okay.
my family like to be all over the road and stuff, honey, and they like me to ride with them.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but until then, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye,
You
everybody.
too, Auntie. Bye.